Today I'll show you how I printed this one with some water effects, then worked it out like this, and finally turned it into a collage. Watch me do this. So I had this photo of my best friend, which I printed on the gel plate with some water effects. I showed it in the last video at length, so check out that video if you want to see that process. Here is the link. But I'll show you again how I made the rough print for today's artwork. I turned my photo into a negative and copied some graphics on my copy machine to distort and warp them while the image was scanned. In this case, they were all etchings of tools and stuff. You can see the slight distortion here. By the way, I tried the copy distortion with the portrait of my friend too, but you really don't want to see that. I can only tell you he had more than 2 eyes suddenly. Briefly showing you the water effect again, spraying water on the paint after I've rolled it out, and then roll the mixture just a little so you can see the resist starting. You have to be quick now if you don't want to the resist drops to turn too large. So I'm putting the photos on quickly. Now it's important that you only use light pressure here. Many people have problems with the photo transfer, and I can tell you it's probably that you press too strong. However, if you pull the print, you can use all the pressure you got and even let it sit for a while on it so it sucks up all the paint. I'm using Fabriano paper here, and this is a Bristol paper, very good for printing, a sturdy one that you can work on later. And all the materials, as usual, are listed in the info box below this video. So this is what I got, and I worked it out with just a black pencil to become this. But I wanted to do another with some natural structure, as my friend really wouldn't like to be printed alongside sweet, neat, pretty flowers. I chose a photo of a carnivorous plant and also distorted it so its teeth became even more frightening. What, you're not frightened? Well then it didn't work. So I cut these plants out at an angle just for some interest, and cut it to the right side to register it. And I had printed the negative photo of my friend before. Sorry, I forgot to press record for that. Yeah, think I like it like this. And the plant print I want to make in a different color. This time it's my transparent red iron oxide by Golden Open. Those are the paints that take a long time to dry. And again, I sprayed on a little bit of water. You probably didn't see this. I placed the photo on, and of course it has to be on the right side on the gel plate if you want it to be on the left side in the print. So, not much pressure, revealing it, looks good, and then pulling the print. And now I want to show you in between what became of the photo I printed with, because it took on that red iron oxide color. And I like it so much that I already have an idea what to do with that. So this is the print, worked quite well. And the first thing I'm doing is working those lovely meat-eating plants out, just with Polychromos pencil in black. I'm speeding this up and cutting it short a little. And while I'm at this, I want to apologize for that it took me so long to get the second part of the water effects video done. I just seem to be so busy these days privately, so with some things that are really not fun, familiar things. Family things. And yeah, I'm trying to produce more and finish my videos more often, like getting back to once a week. But at the moment, it's kind of difficult. So I'm sorry. And also I want to say again that I really dig your comments. They're helping me a lot, actually. Some of you are actually giving me little tips what they would do with that print or that print. So that's really, I'm sorry that it always takes me quite a long time to answer, but I will answer every comment and I really appreciate. So thank you for that. And while I'm jabbering away, I gave these plants quite a bit of 3D effect through the shadows I gave them, even more than they had in the photo. I'm very pleased with them. And here is yet another one of those carnivorous creatures. And I need to work out its teeth. Anyone who's thinking about the film Jaws? And as I don't know the name of this plant, I'll just call it shark plant. And now I'm working on the portrait, also with the black Polychromos pencil. And I'm working on the face and on the hair. And I really speed this up a lot now, because in the end you will see that I really don't like what I'm doing here. It just doesn't look good. And yeah, you'll see how I replace this face. It's only that I wanted to enhance the negative effect, as it didn't print so dark. But that was a mistake, because I somehow can't draw it out like being a negative. It just didn't work. Maybe I'm just a very bad drawing artist. But I'm also enhancing the separation line between the plants and the portrait. And working out some of the effects that the watery paint gave me. And here are more of my pathetic attempts to save that portrait. And yeah, I cut this very short now, and you can see how bad it turned out. And this was when I started to think about turning this into a collage. I didn't think of that portrait first, but I knew I wanted to do something with a copy that turned red. And this is from one of my candle lights, just the lacquer on the side, rusty on one side and gold on the inside. And I don't know why. It's very delicate because it's really just a piece of paint, dried paint. I'm working a little more on this shirt, but this will also not be visible anymore. But it's a good practice to draw knitted structures. And now I'm finally cutting out some of those shark plants. See if I can add them anywhere. Also, I want a little bit of that red color to go on the right side next to the portrait and vice versa. Quite fiddly work this is. All those little carnivore teeth. Of course, I know they're not teeth that are devouring meat. I know they're only there to close the plant around the victim. And I'm trying out some places where the red shapes can go, and stopping sometimes, making a photo. And it's really, really complicated, I have to say. I'm not a huge talent for collage, and it always takes me forever to find the right place. And also what is a problem is that I can never decide about anything. Do you know that problem? Anyway, so I push them around, try again, try it there. And then I have another very distorted copy of those plants, and I'm gonna cut the black and white out so I can get the black and white mood from the right side a little bit to the left and vice versa. And then I got so frustrated about the face, I was just erasing it totally. And you'll see what I do instead. So I'm taking the photo transfer sheet that I've used already and cutting out the face and some of the shirt. On this copy you can see very well again the water effect, which is so nice. And that's why I want to have it cover the drawn face. And I think it could look good. I have to adjust it a little more and then also make cuts where the hair is supposed to go. So this will be a part drawing and a part watery photo. And I'm getting kind of impatient now with myself. That happens a lot. So I decide I just glue it down, whatever. So that's what I do. And this would be a point of the image of this artwork that I might just throw it out, you know, put it in some drawer and never look at it again for 1 year or so. But as I'm always doing these videos, I'm always determined to finish the work. And that is why lately I've finished much more paintings and drawings than before I had this YouTube channel. Practicing patience with myself. So one of these jaw plants is becoming a hat for him. It's a jaw hat, a shark hat. And cutting out some more. And yes, Beverly, this little man is in danger of getting eaten by its own hat, by his own hat. Don't worry, that's not gonna happen. I'm still in control here. Here I'm cutting out half of this because this is exactly what the drawing looks like. To put the red part in the black and white area and vice versa. That's always good for some interest. Black and white hat. Still pushing the shapes around. And this piece of lacquer ornament I want to have here because there is a big white part that I don't like. And before trying some more hours, I just glue it down. Sometimes you just have to decide and say, okay, I'll stick with this now. So the black and white distorted mouths are becoming his hat now. Or maybe it is his brain. You never know what it really is. But I like this. And I want to have a little more fusion of black and white and red. So I'm trying this out now. But I'm not cutting it at the border, the separation border, because if I do this again, it will look too predictable. You know what I mean? Like you're in a movie, you're watching a movie and you just know what's happening next. And that's what I want to get away from. So this is more unique and interesting. This actually looks a lot like a little creature now. Actually, I think it looks like a sheep with lots of legs. Very long sheep. Maybe a dachshund sheep. Now, woman, get a grip on yourself and finish this. So the head is enlarged a little. And because the heavy weight of the whole artwork is quite on top, I want to have something darker here on the left and in the lower part to even it out a little bit. And yes, I'm finally done, I think. Oh my God, that was a long journey. I hope I haven't bored you to death with everything I tried out. And well, I like this one a lot now. And yeah, tell me in the comments what you think, what you would have made differently. Maybe I should have sticked with a drawing and, well, I just didn't like the drawing. So it's good like this. And I'll see you hopefully next week. Bye bye.